Hey guys, it's Jazz Plans. Welcome back to another video. In this video, I will be doing a desk makeover. As you can see here, this is my old desk setup where it was kind of crowded, and honestly, I didn't really like the layout of it. I loved this corner desk, but as I ended up gaming a lot more often, it really wasn't convenient for me at all. So I decided to go ahead and buy a bigger desk and move on to a different corner. As you can see here, I'm just taking out all of the items that were in my desk, and I will be changing out everything and disassembling this desk. Personally, for me, this setup wasn't it for gaming. Because it was a corner desk and it was curved, it was definitely much harder to game and just, perform well with it. And I also decided to get a second monitor, so I decided to get a new desk to help with that. So yeah, I'm just taking out everything, cleaning up all of the dust, and getting it ready for one of my close friends who has decided that she wanted to have this desk. So props to her for taking my old desk. With the help of my dad, I'm just disassembling everything and, getting it all ready for her to get. Honestly, it was kind of a pain to disassemble this desk. This was a lot of parts, and I decided to label them along the way so that I wouldn't have trouble to reassemble this desk later on when I drop it off to my friend, as I didn't really have the regular instructions. So once that was all done, I moved on to the second day where I will be assembling my new desk. This is the Terravs. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it was this L-shaped desk, which I will also be putting into a corner in my room, but a different corner than the last setup that I had. I decided to get it in the color white with the gold legs. It's a pretty big desk, so it was pretty tedious to set up on my own, so I had my brother help me as well as my dad. Once it was set up, I decided to bring all of my stuff back in, and it was time to basically just put everything together. I had some old parts that were in my desk as well as some new stuff, which I will be unboxing very, very soon. And here's me FaceTiming my boyfriend because I was indecisive about where I placed things. Anyways, let's just move on to the unboxing portion of this video. This is from Jugi Studio, and it is a mouse pad. Previously, I had a small Razer mouse pad, and while it was really good, I decided to opt for a bigger mouse pad to fully fit under my keyboard as well as my mouse. So yeah, this is from Jugi Studio, and she gave me a free B-grade charm. Props to her for sending me a freebie. I was super excited for this mouse pad. It came in this super cute dust bag, and I opted for her shop because her theme is penguins, and penguins are my favorite animal. This is a gray mouse pad with a sleeping penguin. How cute is that? I can't wait to put this on my desk. Now moving on to the next product is a gaming mouse from Corsair. This is refurbished, sold from Amazon, and I kind of got excited and opened it already. But anyways, it didn't come in the original packaging. It came in the refurbished box, and yeah, I just wanted to switch out my mouse for something more so with my color palette that I was going for, which is the white and gray. Next up is the keyboard, which I was super excited for. This one was kind of a splurge. This is the GK96S from Epomaker. I really didn't like a full keyboard, and I liked the way that a 65% keyboard looked, but I really wanted a numpad, and with a lot of research, I ended up coming across this beautiful keyboard. Everything that I wanted. It has RGB lighting. It has the look of a 65% keyboard, but with a numpad. This is called a 96% keyboard. It came with a USB-C to USB cable, as well as a keycap puller and switch puller, as well as 2 extra switches. And it also came with the fancier keycap puller, which I really liked. On the back, it came with 2 little legs to prop it at an angle. All around, it's made out of plastic, but I honestly really like that. Now, next product are these keycaps, which I will be switching out later in the video. These are the milk keycaps from Amazon. Next up is a headset stand. Previously, I just had it sitting on top of my PC, which I didn't really like, so I opted to buy a headset stand so that I can put it on display on my desk. This is from Newbie, and I got it in white, but it comes with black as well. You essentially assemble it yourself, but it was super easy. The one downside to it was that it was kind of really hard to put the parts together, but eventually I ended up getting it, so it wasn't a big deal. It's on the cheaper end. This was only $10, but I honestly don't really care. I think it looks really good, but there's always other options if you want to go for a more expensive headset stand. Now moving on to the next product is the headset that I'll be using for now. This isn't the headset that I was using before, but my boyfriend gave me his old headset. This is the Razer Kraken. It's not the new one, it's the old one, but it'll work just as fine because it's my white and gray aesthetic that I've been wanting to do. Now, next product is the under the desk cable tray, which will be perfect for my cable management. I first intended to use this as how it was advertised, which was to screw on under the table, but you can also screw it in the wall. But I quickly realized that the screws that were supposed to go under the table were a bigger length than the width of my desk, so unfortunately I wasn't able to make that work, but we did end up being able to screw it onto the wall. Okay, so next up is just me taking out all of my keycaps and switching them out into my new ones. As you can see here, I ended up getting the Gateron red switches. And as much as I like these white keycaps, I just wanted something cuter and a lot better actually, but yeah. As you can see, there's a couple of scratches on the base of the keyboard, but I really don't think that that's big of a deal since we are going to be covering it with keycaps anyway. I mean, look how cute these keycaps are. I just really like the balance of the blue and the pink while also keeping the main keyboard white, if that makes any sense. I really have no idea. But yeah. In the end, it's a super cute build. I really like it, and I hope that you guys like it as well. I think this would look absolutely adorable on my desk setup. Now that I have everything unboxed, I'm just gonna go ahead and pretty much just clean everything up and then put everything onto my desk. Now the only thing that's left to do is to just switch out my old PC case with the new PC case that I just bought. This is a PC case from the brand Fantex, and it comes with tempered glass. I'm super excited to switch out my old case just because I originally bought a pre-built PC, so I wasn't able to pick any of the parts or the case. I bought it on Black Friday, so it was a super good steal, and I intentionally bought my PC not to game, but to edit and just have a PC because I was tired of doing all of my work on my 13-inch MacBook laptop. So yeah, I didn't really care for the parts as much, but as I ended up using my PC more often. I ended up gaming a lot more. So yeah, I decided to just switch out my case for a white one, which will now go with the theme of my desk setup. My boyfriend will be helping me take apart my old PC and putting it in the new case. Now, I highly recommend that you don't take apart your PC just to put it into a new case, because it's essentially just building a whole new PC. I would only really recommend you to switch your PC if you would like to replace or upgrade your old PC parts. Since it was both mine and my boyfriend's first time taking apart and building a PC, it took up a lot of time and it was kind of tedious, but in the end, I think it was a super awesome learning experience for the both of us. We're now both able to pretty much build a PC on our own after this. Also, it was honestly just really satisfying to take apart all of the parts and just putting them into a new case. This is the motherboard, and it's the most important part of your PC, so you have to be really delicate with it. So putting it in the new case was kind of satisfying, honestly. The graphics card too just makes up the whole PC. I just think it looks absolutely awesome. This ended up being a 2-day process since we ended up taking up more time than we thought we would on the first day that my boyfriend came over. So he ended up coming back a second day to finish building the rest of my PC. The second day was pretty much just setting up the fans and figuring out where all of the cables and stuff plugged in. Also just fixing the cable management. Now this was a change of lighting. We took a break, we ate dinner, came back, and it was just time to do the finishing touches. I actually ended up replacing the fans with my old ones since those had RGB lighting, and then I also ended up adding a RGB strip that came with the PC that we didn't install from those 2 days, but I didn't end up filming it. So here is the final look of my PC setup. It's pretty basic, but I honestly really like it. I'm not looking forward to upgrading any of my parts soon. Since this is the last step, here is the finishing look of my new desk setup. Stay tuned in the future for my desk setup video. In this video, I kind of just mainly focused on the makeover aspect of this, but in a future video, I will be showing you guys a closer look into my desk setup, such as everything that I put on my desk, as well as the products that I chose for my setup. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and please stay tuned for a future video. As always, if you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe, and thanks so much for watching. Bye!